Yeah.
You do another how-to video?
Yeah, I got some new parts to install. I figured I'd do a video on it.
Why don't you do a how-to of winning a race?
Out of here. Welcome back to Everyday Diesel. Got a how-to video today. Gonna be working on my 2014 Maycab silver truck, the tow pig, the tow rig, the whatever I feel like calling it. Got some coolant related parts to do. I'll show you here. This won't be a super thorough how-to, but I am gonna time lapse the work. I am gonna show pretty much every step. This should be pretty simple stuff. I'll go over the parts here in just a second. Got my topside creeper ready to go. Yard looking pretty fresh. Gonna be disassembling stuff in this general area today. Here, let's just get right into it. So here's the parts that I got going on. Got some goodies here from WCFab, Worley Custom Fab, as well as Fleece. Now, I'm half-assing this a little bit because you probably already see this blue, ugly blue cap. So this is part of a Fleece Coolant Bypass kit, their latest rendition, where they cast their own thermostat necks to have the inlet for the coolant that comes from the rear freeze plug, as well as their logo in it, which looks pretty sick. And I'm just gonna be honest, I don't feel like today, I don't really have the time messing with doing the whole bypass kit, mainly just knocking out that freeze plug and installing the Fleece thermostat that comes in the bypass kit. I'd like to make a whole video about that, in which I will rob clips from the video that I'm going to make today, and then continue on with just the simple process of, well, not so simple process. I mean, it's simple enough, it's straightforward, but it's kind of a pain knocking that freeze plug out from underneath the truck, and then installing the thermostat. So anyways, got a WCFab coolant tank here, completely fabricated aluminum coolant tank. Comes with a sight glass, comes with a new billet cap, really nice. New level sensor, should be plug and play. One thing I'll note, if you have a 5th gen RAM, a 19 or a 20, and maybe even a 21 and a 22, Worley, as of right now, as I am videoing this, they send this same sensor with this same plug. Now, I'm pretty sure, I haven't taken it apart yet, so I don't know for sure, that this plugs and plays on 13 to 18 coolant level sensors. Okay? On a 5th gen, that is not the case. I have a previous video where I was working on a buddy's 2020, and we had to cut this end off, and as well as on the truck side, wire in our own plugs, basically. And that ended up working fine. I don't know if Worley has instructions out now yet or not. I haven't dug that far into it. We made it work. Along with that, going to be doing the upper radiator pipe from them. This is a dual radiator truck, so it does have this as well. Comes with T-bolt clamps, nice boots, and then obviously I'm going to be installing this since I'll have, you know, the coolant drained and all this taken apart anyways. So that's the reason for the cap, -10 AN cap. That way, when I'm ready to finish the coolant bypass, I can remove this ugly cap and get that done. Hardware and hoses needed for the coolant tank install, and should be pretty easy. And ultimately, just going to keep adding to the look I'm going for and the performance I'm going for under the hood of this thing. Should end up looking really nice. Got to remove the intake, the battery and battery tray, the passenger inner fender well. Then from there, I should be able to get the coolant tank out. Let's get after it. Coolant is currently draining. Now, quick tip, if you're doing this on a 13 to 18 truck, again, want to specify that. One thing you need to do, and the Worley instructions, if you're doing a coolant tank, will tell you, but this is your power steering fluid reservoir, and it bolts right here where this bolt is. You unbolt it, and it's just, that way you can move it around, because with it bolted in place, you absolutely cannot. Let me get some light down there. You can see the bolt right there that I've loosened. With a 16 millimeter shallow socket. And yeah, the only way to get your arm down in here is to remove that bolt and just loosen up that reservoir. So not a big deal at all, just a quick little tip. Status report, don't mind the mess. This is how I work. Let's see here. The mess is just water for me cleaning coolant off the driveway so it's not all over the place. Coolant tank is in. The GoPro might have cut out. I'm not sure exactly where it did. Doesn't really matter because I just had to do a little bit of wiring. The rock lights that I had wired in here, they were wired good, but this coolant tank is in a much different spot than factory, which made me had to redo some of the aftermarket wiring that I had going on here. So we won't look down there, that's a mess, but I'm fixing it. Don't worry, everything is loomed, heat shrunk, you know, yada yada. So let's see here. You reuse this factory coolant hose right here. It's the one that travels along the side here. Let's see, it's the one that travels along there, along here, and ends up popping out right here. This one that goes from this riser, it goes over there. You use supplied new line for that. I just haven't cut it yet because I want to make sure I get it perfect. That is your coolant level sensor. It is plugged into the factory plug down there, which rests against the fender well. And the lower hose is connected. It's a new line as well. I put the factory heat protection sleeve over it in this area that matters. And it's connected. I just need to tighten up the clamps. Battery tray is in. It's not tightened down yet, but it's in. And really, that's about it. The main thing is just this wiring that I got to fix. Everything else should go back together easy. Finish the hoses, battery, intake, done. Then we move on over to the upper radiator pipe, which will be cake. So. Update here, as you can see, it's dark. The wiring on these stupid rock lights took a little bit longer than I would have liked to, but mainly because I wanted to get it right. I didn't want to half-ass it. That being said, coolant tank is done completely. It's in there. Every hose is good, tight. Battery's in, tightened down. All the wiring is back to normal. The only thing left to do is install the intake, which I'm going to do that now. And that's where I'll stop for the night, and I'll pick up the next day on getting this upper pipe and thermostat housing done, which will be super easy. Okay, it's a new day, gonna finish this project. Everything put back together, everything's good to go. Rewired some of my aftermarket lighting a little bit better, so that turned out good. Just in case anyone's curious, this is for my airbag kit. just in case anyone's like, what the heck is that? First thing up on the list is to just start taking this apart. So going to take this off, and replace it with some new stuff. Another update, looking pretty good, all done. All I gotta do is put coolant in the system, fire it up, and go through all that rigmarole. Yeah, the highlight of this video really as a how-to is really gonna be about that. I'm trying to think, things to note. Pretty straightforward. You gotta drop your inner fender well. Basically do exactly like the WCFab instructions say, and you'll be just fine. Make sure you put good pipe dope on the level sensor there. Make sure you run your coolant lines, the new ones, that one right there, and then the one on the very bottom as well. Make sure you run those in the most logical way. That's pretty much it. Don't judge the blue AN cap, okay? I don't know why I just didn't get a black cap. That was kind of stupid, but it's temporary. Blue cap there. I'll be doing a whole video on the Fleece Coolant Bypass. It's as straightforward as it gets, 3 bolts. Also went ahead and put a brand new thermostat in there just because. Truck's got 100,000 miles on it. No reason not to change it. The gasket was pretty flattened anyways. Old crap right there. Overall, having a fabricated pipe like this, I think, is definitely better. So, plus, I mean, can you beat the looks? Not really. Looking pretty good. That'll end it off for this video. I hope you guys like this one. Just a regular old how-to video, wrenching in the driveway, just like any other everyday guy. So, like the video, please. If this was helpful at all for you to do your coolant tank or any other parts, like the video, subscribe, share it, all that good YouTube stuff. Next videos are probably going to be something along the lines of getting ready for Shide. So thanks a lot. See ya.